RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch. What is the motherfucking word? Hope everybody doing good out there. Hopefully y'all surviving. Hopefully y'all buying guns. Hopefully y'all are training, shooting those guns, learn how the gun functions, what to do, what not to do when handling a firearm. All of this shit is like real simple shit. You've done more dangerous shit than handling a gun, I'm telling you. If you driving and texting, that's way more dangerous. If you are driving and eating, that's way more dangerous. If you are a doctor, you are putting way more people at risk than I am with my AR. Yes, the fuck you are. Yeah, you are. And people should say that or understand that or calculate that into the overall picture, because when people neglect analytical trains of thought, honest observation is what y'all need to be exercising. When you can't do this stuff, I'm not going to care what the reason behind what it is why you can't figure this shit out, because the end result is the same. If you cannot see this enough to function for the betterment of humanity, because you are lost in the cult of personality when you praising these politicians, or you allowed your ego, bro, you don't gotta wave me. I'm definitely gonna go right now. Construction workers and shit be waving people. They be overdoing their job sometimes. You don't gotta wave me, bro. This traffic is gonna move whether you do that or not. But when people give in to the cult of personality to start to worship and praise these politicians, no matter what it is that they say, to give them the benefit of the doubt when you know they some lying ass snakes, to ignore all of the crazy things that you know that they have done, for the sake of what, man? Playing the game. As soon as they get you to choose Democrat or Republican, then you agree to play the game, and to not be a sore loser. So under what circumstances would you revolt? This is what I think is going on, because who would revolt because their party didn't win? That don't even make sense. You revolt when you says the entire fucking system is fucking, you have no place to go to obtain this freedom that they've been promising you since you've been born in this fucking country. This is the shit that I'm saying, that if people would just call things exactly what it is that they're looking at, there's absolutely no way in hell you can muster the energy or the compliance or the complacency to allow them to go another step further with any of their bullshit. We've been talking about this alien shit for years, if you really want to look at it. But in recent time, people have been saying, oh, here comes the alien invasion, or the aliens are backstage waiting for their cue to fucking get on the stage. And people been joking and talking this shit for like how long now? For how long now? This has been a year, 2 years, where I've been seeing it consistently all over social media, that every time something happens, people go, okay, when are the aliens going to show up? And this is weird to me, because right now government is, they admitted to being in possession of 12 or more aircraft that are 12 or more aircraft that are of alien origin, whether they are reverse engineers, where some people think a majority of these things is us reverse engineering this shit. But in the midst of these this 12 or more, because I don't know why they can't be specific, 12 or more, which is it? Is it 12 or is it 13? Or is it 17? Makes a big fucking difference between 13 and 17. I guess at a certain point it don't even fucking matter. They have the shit, and then here are the circumstances by which they have obtained these things. Number one, like I said, reverse engineering some of this shit and making their own. Okay, cool. But some of the other descriptions of how they obtain this shit includes crashed, okay, and abandoned. For something to abandon something, then there was a pilot there. Something happened, whether it was a crash or other reasons to land this fucking thing, and then abandon it mean that they're not there anymore. Did they hitch a ride? Are they out here somewhere? This is all of the weird stuff. Now, I want you guys to pay real close attention to what the fuck it is that's going on. This is where the critical thinking comes into play. Number one, what the government is admitting right now, while basically giving full disclosure, and the whole world hasn't stopped for this. there's land, if they're talking about anything else on the news except for this, then you know something is wrong. There's an existential and religious and philosophical and all types of emotional things behind the idea of this level of disclosure, that there are alien craft here, that they have seen alien bodies, that these aliens have actually abandoned some aircraft. Where the fuck are they now? All of this shit is weird, bro, because not only does this sound like a movie, it's not a showstopper. How is this not a showstopper? How is anybody else on planet Earth talking about anything except for this? How? This is fucking weird to me. It makes me feel like it's just another part of the game, because it wouldn't fit their script to allow a complete screeching halt to everything else that we are talking about. All of it should go away for this. But it didn't, though, because the script wasn't written that way. The script was written to be next pandemic plus aliens. So that's why this shit is not moving according to what we thought that it would. You imagine full disclosure. I never imagined full disclosure to be like this. People are just going about their day and all type of shit. Popeye's got a new fucking strawberry fucking pastry dessert fucking thing. Like, why is y'all telling me this? Why do I need to hear anything else other than what the fuck is going on with this so-called alien shit? Get the fuck out of here. We've been calling this. I've already said it in live streams weeks ago, months ago. The aliens will show up and it will be a fake, a front of some level. And just because it's convincing, some of it actually seems alarming to me, where I can feel myself going, what the fuck? But deep down, I know, even on a conscious level, when I think about the shit, I know, like everything else, there's a game behind this. There's something going on with this. There's no way in hell that this is organic. People been calling it way too much. Average, regular people cracking jokes, making memes, and all type of shit about this very thing. And now it's happening, and it's not even a showstopper. I don't fucking get this shit, man. But y'all gonna get what y'all deserve though by letting them run this shit. And it looks way more like what conspiracy theorists have been saying than what any of these fucking sheep have been saying. They think everything is a-okay. Government is to be trusted when it's not. This is just basic shit. It just looks way more like what we thought it was going to look like. From C-19 all the way up to the economy. Very predictable. The dollar has to crash. When they talk about inflation and the ups and downs of the economy and all this other shit going on with the World Economic Forum talking they shit, all I see is the necessary and inevitable stages of a plan that the dollar can do absolutely nothing but crash eventually. We are trillions of dollars in debt. Nobody's ever asked these politicians what happens when the debt is irretrievable and everyone gives up on it. Tell them to describe what happens and they won't do it. Because if they describe what happened, you wouldn't even accept it if they fixed it today. Because it would be a temporary fix, because you would know that inherently in the definition of understanding the monetary system, what fractional banking and all this other bullshit is, all of the laws and murder and crime behind establishing a central bank in America, and all the things that went into trying to avoid doing that, and then what they had to do to be successful in that. If you understand all of that stuff, you will not allow yourself to be pacified by them saying we have raised the debt ceiling. Kiss my dick. Y'all sound dumb. Everything they say sounds dumb. They move like they have this superior intellectual position over humanity to be doing what? Running and fucking up and playing people and playing with people's lives about a game that they designed. There's no way they're going to design the game to leave it up to organic happenings. They designed the game so that they would win. Period. And this revolving door of politicians that y'all love government so much, but what about the individual people that occupy this shit? Y'all don't know or like them. Y'all like the idea of what government sounds like on paper. On paper, this shit sounds like slavery to me, because it makes no sense to believe, even for a second, for no other reason other than coercion and force and violence, that another man gets to tell me what to do. And anytime they ever get me to do anything that they doing and saying, it's because either I just so happen to agree that this is the best way that I need to move about the planet, or I feel like it's not worth the fight that they are presenting to me, because it's always a fight. If a cop says to you out loud after every sentence that he says to you, and I quote, "or I will kill you," he would not be exaggerating. He is thinking out loud, because that's what the fuck he means. That's what government means. All this shit is dumb, bro. I'm surprised that people let this shit ride. I'm surprised. Because y'all act tough as fuck about other stuff. This shit blows my mind, really. Deep down, I think y'all some fucking, y'all are hiding from the truth. I don't give a fuck about where you are on your personal journey. That might be a reason that I can take that angle and just respect it. Everybody's on their own level of awareness in their own personal journey. People got their own desires and interests and concerns. And when you're not concerned with these things, you won't see the urgency in them, and thus you will not understand what I'm talking about or what I'm talking about. And you just be totally willing to move forward with your life and to obtain whatever it is you're trying to get out of life. I get all of that. Much respect to that, because that's a big part of what it is that I'm doing. I do believe that people need to be free to ponder their own existence and live their life without being molested, threatened, extorted, forced into involuntary relationships, or killed for trying to exercise these natural rights that are going to be natural rights that cannot be fucking fucked with unless I give them up. You got to trick me out of that or scare me out of that. But what you cannot do is write me out of that, because nothing that they ever write on paper is going to make me say, I think they're right and I think they've won this. I think I need to give up this right that I thought was a right, but it's really a privilege. And they just revealed that they have been wrong all of this time, and now we got to make some changes. And then get the fuck out of here. You're never going to convince me of any of that making any sense, bro. You don't get to tell me what to do, period. You're not my boss, man, and you know I'm not. And you know you're not. You know how you know that you're not my boss? Because you know I'm not yours. And you know that there's no job I can go get that's going to make me your boss. You know that. You can feel it in your fucking bones, bro. You knew that when you realized the people that gave you life can't tell you what to do. Anybody else, how the fuck do they even have a fucking chance outside of threatening you with extreme force and violence? It's the only way they gonna get me to listen to anything. And they know it. That's why that's a major part of their fucking plan. The biggest part of their plan, really, they got all these different things that government and all these other motherfuckers is doing. At the end of the day, the only thing that's ever going to make this shit go round, since they can't be convincing enough to get us to beg for these things, because that's how the real shit works. When you really kicking some good shit, you don't got to force people to do shit. They will come running to you. I have gun owners insurance, for example. What up, Rick James? Whoever else in here? Go Hard 108, thank you. Speaking the truth, no one else will. Thank you. And in regards to that, Go Hard, I like you. I like your tag right here. Go Hard. And on the sentiment that you just expressed, I'm gonna go hard real quick. Here go a harsh fucking truth. Government is so bad and they have gotten so high above us that they are lost themselves, drunk, sipping the juice, and they believe they got this in the bag. They 10 yards away from the fucking end zone. They already dancing. I say, flag on the play. I don't give a fuck. Run them the fuck over, pick them up, take the helmet off, and pound them into the fucking ground. Fuck the football game. That's what I say. We're never gonna get them to let go of what it is that they're doing until we start shooting at them. There you go. How about that harsh truth? That's hard as fuck, ain't it? Ain't nobody else gonna say it. Guns and Gadgets ain't gonna say it, but I like him a lot. He one of my fucking favorites on YouTube. Check out Guns and Gadgets. Zach, salute to Zach and Crack Their Code. What up, Crack Their Code? Them two and other people. Daria, Gematria Nerd. She's cool as fuck. There's a lot of people in the Gematria community that's kicking that game. They talking that shit, bruh. This will show you how, which you should expect, something that is so high above you to also be backed up by a deep level of spiritual propulsion. Nobody's going to be at the tip-top upper echelons of what the fuck is going on to make the world go around without having some spiritual, religious, or philosophical drive behind what it is that they're doing. And the elite, they do have a fucking religious and ritualistic spiritual thing that's propelling their shit. And if you want to see it, you look at Gematria and it'll show you what it is that they're doing and why. Very clearly. The entire motive. Deep inside them, in here, where they think they're coming from, where they get this ancient fucking knowledge, and how they're constantly using it because it has worked in the past and it's continuing to work. There's no other reason for them not to praise it, because you're letting them do it. You are defining the legitimacy and behind what it is that they're doing, because you allow what is really just a hypnotic spell. And if you want to take a solid eye-to-eye fucking eye contact look into what the fuck is going on in the world, how evil it is, how ritualistic it is, and what the entire intent really is, you will see that they are playing God on earth by fucking with this number code, hidden in the English language and the Gregorian calendar, which we go by right now. And when you tap into the code and you learn gematria, it will be undeniable that you are looking right into the eyes of the animal that I'm describing all the time when I say fuck government. They are crazy. Big Pharma is out of their goddamn fucking minds. Why the fuck is all the healthy food so expensive? Is it really that healthy? What's in this shit? What do you mean by GMO free, organic? What does that mean? Nobody knows. Everybody just go, go, go. The oil is fucked up. The money is fucked up. We should be on free energy anyway. Everything is fucked up and geared towards supporting an agenda that you can't see because you refuse to see it, because you won't let nobody tell you. If it don't align with what you think you already know, you feel some kind of egotistical fucking shame that a guy through social media just dissed your entire fucking life and now you got to recalculate everything. Y'all don't like the way that feels. I love it. As a matter of fucking fact, if you think you got the juice and you know what the fuck is going on in the world and you got something to say that will save me, that will help me see a more clear picture so I can better exercise the value that I see in my life, so I can be free to try to obtain a little piece of truth while I'm here, to not be so fooled and duped by things. If you have something to say that'll help me see something better, more clear, and you won't tell me, you're an asshole. If you don't feel a sense of duty behind what it is that you know, I don't believe that you're confident in what the fuck it is that you think you know about the world is actually true. Everybody needs to be speaking and speak what it is that you think you see. And at the same time, what you also have to do is be capable and willing to listen in case you are wrong. And if people are just willing to do that, man, we can make some big leaps and bounds in the understanding of how the world works. And then you also need to bring your balls, because the truth and the realization of what's really going on might inspire you to say that what you see that is wrong is so wrong and so inevitably fucking dooming that the only way you can see us getting out of this is, number one, calling them the fuck out. Number two, completely denying their request to get you to follow along and help them build this global empire that they've been working on with America at the head of this fucking thing. You have to deny any kind of force that they push onto you to get you to play your role in this. Deny that shit. Ignore it. Completely ignore it. Peaceful non-compliance. That's step number 2. Step number 3 is you have to be peacefully non-compliant with them, but you have to bring your aggression and your firearms and your awareness to what's really going on. You got to bring all of that with the anticipation that they're going to be sore losers. That if we shut them down without fighting them by calling them out and then ignoring them, tell them what it is that they're doing, they'll be shocked to hear it come from a multitude of the people that we know exactly what it is that they're doing. From the Trump bullshit to gematria and everything that entails, because everything that they do can be revealed to be a calculated ritualistic plan if you understand gematria. Please learn gematria. Check out Gematria Effect News on YouTube, Gematria Effect News 25 and Gematria Effect Sports. Zachary K. Hubbard is behind these 2 channels. There may be more of them. Check out gematriaeffect.com. Go do all of that shit. Search this man's workout, because it's going to blow your mind. It's entertaining, way more entertaining than the entertainment that Hollywood is giving you. This is a whole nother dark script behind everything that they do. And when you see that and you compare it to what it is that they actually do in front of you with these smiles on their faces, you'll realize that Hollywood not only is completely riddled with pedorasses. This is what they do. This is what they do because big money, high influence to feed the fucking human ego, and some good old-fashioned sexual blackmail is how they can get these people and other people to completely help them control our mentality, our frame of mind, the way we see the fucking world. And then we do their song and dance while the elite run off with the bag on our asses. And the bag really is capturing human resources and enslaving the world. The money they don't really care that much about. The money is a game that they'll fuck with because they're in it, but the money game is for us. It helps them separate us from them in these economic classes, which are bigger and more powerful than the racial divide, even though the racial divide is there. But the entire system says, fuck all of y'all, but fuck you niggas twice, though. fuck y'all twice. That's what they're doing, and they do that because I think that we're the heroes. I think that what they have stole from us is cultural relevance and knowledge that they are actually using in the evil way to control the world. Because whoever owns that knowledge and exercises it as if it were their own to use it to guide the world, they get to guide the world in whatever direction it is that they want. We would guide the world in harmony and the most peaceful hierarchy that I can imagine to show the world not only does this shit belong to us, but if it would have belonged to us and stayed that way, we would have never done what the elite have done with this knowledge and information. So they got to get on us twice as hard, 3 times as hard, but they do got to say fuck everybody in order for them to get what they want. So don't believe that white skin is going to save you from the American dollar when it crashes, this next pandemic when they run that shit, world domination with a social credit score and all these other nuances that they want to put into place that they're just saying out loud right now. Conspiracy theorists, get the fuck out of my face. It's not a conspiracy theorist. That's not what the fuck I am. What I am is an observant person that won't hesitate to call y'all out on y'all bullshit when I fucking see y'all. And, look at the world. Look way more like what the fuck we've been saying than what these haters have been saying. It looked just like what we've been saying. Just like it. Just like it. Actually a little bit worse in some cases. In other cases, we're going, oh man, y'all, I thought that was going to be worse than that. The pandemic, I thought that was going to be real bad. It was so-so. It was a so-so thing. But what they doing, they doing litmus tests, man. They vibe checking the whole fucking world to see what they can get away with. They have to do these things in steps because you can't do it twice. Once you get out there with this bullshit fucking plan of the pandemic, you cannot rewind. When you say system go in front of everybody and you put on the fucking show, it's got to be good. So they do these little simulations, little plans, and these big tests, like the C-19 thing was a big test. They learned some stuff from that, and then next time they're gonna get it right, and they know that they have to do these things in levels, man, because they're constantly testing shit. And when we keep saying this and then the test shows up, why the fuck is anybody in the world left to be like, oh, I'm not quite sure, I'm going to go vote again? But man, you should have been like, man, we're not voting for shit. Who's voting? Nobody's going. As a matter of fact, we got a magazine full of votes, and we want y'all to either back down and give us full disclosure of what you're going on, and then forfeit all of your power and your assets. Get the fuck out of DC. It doesn't belong to you anymore. All these Capitol buildings, get the fuck out of there. We're not paying y'all no more taxes, no nothing. All of the taxes are at a halt. We're going to use this internally as we see fit as a people. No one man can stand above nobody else. If we see a group of people trying to rise to the top, to dominate everything and to dictate how things are going, then you shoot them off the mountain, bro. Nobody can stand up there. What we're going to figure out is how to manage and maintain what the fuck it is that we got going on down here where nobody's above nobody else. And anybody who steps up, you're supposed to shoot at them, period. That's what I think, period. Because there's no other way to fucking keep this shit copacetic, bro. We can't keep this shit nice and smooth. It's not going to be churn butter smooth if we allow anybody to convince everybody else that they have a right to be above everybody else, and by force you're going to follow what their plan is, or you'll die about it. Fuck that. Whoever fucking talk like that should fucking die about that shit. Don't talk like that. You nobody's boss, and we all know it. So, fuck you want to do about it? You want to fight? Then fucking bust a grape then. Get this shit cracking. I'm tired of the plan, actually. If this was a Quentin Tarantino movie, niggas would have been shooting already. This is weird as fuck. This is some weird M. Night Shyamalan fucking twisted, this don't make no sense ass movie. And here come the aliens. Aliens are on Earth and the government admitted it, and everybody's talking about other shit. I don't believe you, bro. They should be calling our attention to that shit, and they should reverse all of this fucking gun hate and go, man, arm the fuck up. We're going to start training all of the people, too. We're going to do mass classes of training of military tactics and all this other type of shit to the people, bro. Who wants in? We should be doing for this country and for the world what we did for Ukraine when they kicked all of their bullshit off. We tried to arm them, tried to get them trained. We didn't care about what their history were before. Well, there's criminals in Ukraine that end up joining this fucking fight, getting their hands on guns and all sort of stuff. Nobody knows, but I can assume that that's exactly what happened. Come to Vegas come to Vegas, aliens, and the winning Golden Knights. Yeah, the Vegas thing is crazy. What up, Invisible Hands? That's my guy right there. Salute to you, man. And Angel, of course. Who else I didn't say hi to? Rick James is always in here. Cody Cooper. Yeah, it's time to crack some skulls and bones. Because you know what, Cody? They write shit on paper when nobody's bugging. They make plans to make a conflict out of things that aren't conflicts yet, but they're writing it on paper to then later announce to people that here's another list of things that'll get you approached by government officials with guns that could then lead to your death if you fight them. They write this shit on paper when everybody chilling, when nobody knows that this is now about to be the situation, the set of circumstances that we have. And in writing that, they're already saying if they don't comply with this or we meet combative resistance to this, then that's when we open fire and we shoot, right? That's what we do. Oh, okay, so sign this and then go address it and make it official and then go present it to Congress and try to pass it through. But why they trying to pass this shit up? They've already agreed to killing you for your non-compliance over what it is that they wrote on paper. They have to bring a threat to even present what it is that they do, because that's all that they are, is threat. They are a threat of force and violence, period. So in regards to all of that, that's undeniable. I don't give a fuck who you are, congressman, a cop, a fucking judge. I don't care how noble you think your fucking job is, being told what to do and then doing all this bullshit when it's wishy-washy between states and it's constantly changing, and you change it while you're in the office. All of that shit is fugazi and dumb as fuck. You're not even smarter than me if you can't fucking see that, so I can care less about what it is that you say. But none of them can deny that what I just said when I describe the violence that it takes, that they accept wholeheartedly right away when they even conceive of these ideas as they're writing them on the paper before it even passes. They've already agreed to the violence that it could potentially take to enforce this stuff. Because of that, I get to say, if you fuck with me, I'll shoot at you. What? I'm talking about in response to what it is that you're doing. While you gathering this shit and contriving all of this bullshit and working it through your pipeline to try to make it official, I'm watching you. Threaten me, hoping that other people can agree with you enough that when you threaten me out here on the streets, that you believe that you already got so much agreement and high fives and shit in these offices to do this, that you don't care that I'm in defense mode and I might fight you back because you already think you're right. Y'all are insane. It's insanity, and I ain't gonna go for it. I don't gotta go for it. I don't know why the fuck you going for it. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just surprised that as tough as you act, that you being a bitch about this shit. You got a whole team of people out here. The multitude of people really don't like this shit. It's just also true that the multitude of people don't got the balls enough to, number one, even say it. If they can get you to not say it, they damn sure don't expect for you to do a goddamn thing. That's why Guns and Gadgets, Coleon Noir, I'm naming these niggas, Black Rambo, they don't even fucking talk about it that much. Mark Chopper tried to get political a little bit, but he's shallow in what he's saying. They might actually think the way I think, but they won't say it out loud. They're not gonna do it. That's what I think. If they can get you to not say it, you're not gonna do it. I'll say what the fuck I want to say, and what I'm gonna say is, I'm surprised that these government motherfuckers are running for the hills, taking fire with all their shit on fire. That's not happening. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Quentin Tarantino would definitely write that into the next scene if he was looking at what we have going on right now, and then we're writing the page fucking 29 of the script. Page 29 of the script says, and then we start shooting. That's what it says in a Quentin Tarantino movie. That's what it looks like. Scorsese, he would write a dope movie about what we got going on right now. And in his movie, niggas would be shooting already. I'm just making an observation. And I'm surprised. Stop talking so tough. You don't mean none of that shit you say. I don't think you really care for your kid's future or none of that shit. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And if your actions don't match what it is that you say in your heart about your kids, your life, and the world, and what the fuck is going on, you're not gonna be nobody's bitch. Maybe you need to learn more about what the fuck it is that makes me say and think and act the way I think, I say and act and shit. What's making me think like this and act like this? You should fucking find out. You should ask some questions. You should tap in. You should share my videos. Check out my other videos. Don't just watch this live because you caught it. I got other videos and shit all over the place, and they're not all live streams. Check my IG out. I go crazy on my IG. There's something going on here, and we shouldn't even be okay with it. As soon as you can place it, and you okay with it, and you will let government give you full disclosure of fucking alien aircraft, and they abandon the shit. Where are these motherfuckers at right after they abandon it? Are they in a suite somewhere getting physical therapy so they can get back on their feet? Come on, man. I believe that they're going to turn this into they here looking for their lost boys, and they mad. Alien invasion. That's what I think. They could take this in that direction. It's an underhand pitch. They can take it there. And then here come the World Economic Forum and the one world government, because we're all one and we need to live as one because we have an outside threat. What president fucking said this shit years ago? Project Bluebeam, you goddamn right, Matt. Matt Gatz, what up, bro? I recognize you from shouting me out, I think even on my IG and stuff. Glad to see you in here, bro. I love it when I catch a glimpse of people being around, and then later on they're still here. And it's a goddamn shame I can't get a K or an M behind the views on my videos. I'll settle for a K. An M would be nice because that's what's necessary. So many people need to hear me talking this shit and nobody even knows that I'm here, man. Shadow ban and all type of shit. Don't nobody share the shit or none of that. I got how many subscribers, how many of y'all actually watch my shit. This is what's crazy, bro. And at the same time, I care only so much about that shit because at the end of the day, I can't just not do what the fuck it is that I'm doing because nobody can see me. I don't even care. This shit don't gotta make me money. I don't need 1 million views on a video. I'm always going to do this. I don't need y'all money. I don't need y'all attention. I don't need shit. I wouldn't give a fuck if I was talking to 1 or 2 motherfucking people every time I do this. What's going to make me say I'm not going to turn the camera on and talk my shit? Because nobody can see me? I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck. But what I do know is when the aliens come and all this shit go crashing down and the dollar goes and then they turn the fucking national grid off and in 2 weeks we're down here literally eating each other, and then in another 2 weeks 50% of the fucking country is dead, and then in another 2 more weeks for a 6-week total, these borders will be so disturbed, so weakened that anybody else can just skip to my loot right across this bitch, parachute in and take it all. Y'all don't see that? That's possible. That's possible. We are not untouchable. We're just not. But neither are these politicians. Every time I hear some crazy spooky shit that these politicians got going on, the World Economic Forum, this threat of China or Russia or North Korea and all this other shit, and how sophisticated the weaponry is and all these fucking drone systems they got and all this other shit, it seems so high and mighty. And nobody behind this shit is impervious to bullets. If you shoot their ass, they lay down, they leak, they bleed out, they die too, like everybody else. And since the solution is so simple, understand what's going on and be willing to tell them that you will fuck them up about this bullshit. That's easy as fuck. It's easy. How good is this complicated shit that they're holding above your head if simple knowledge and understanding and a few bullets will fucking change everything? Y'all bugging, bro. RPM Trade Vietnam and this bitch. Get a gun and stop being a bitch, man. Y'all corny as hell. Goofies.